What's up, YouTube? Welcome to part 5 of our M21 limited testing meeting. I'm Lord Tupperware, and I'm joined by MisterMetronome and Quarter Calls from the Limited Level Ups podcast. We're doing greens, commons, and uncommons now. So starting off with the baddest of the bunch, Land War Visionary. Okay, so Ben's on Dragonfire over Visionary and Acolyte. Alex, where are you at with top commons in the set?
I know that Acolyte and Dragonfire are 1 and 2. I'm not sure what order though.
Okay.
I think like I would be happy with either. Like I don't think it's worth arguing over.
Sure.
But I think I would just, if I had to give an answer, I would just say Dragonfire.
Okay. I'll die on my Land War Visionary hill right now.
So I was gonna say, I want to have a conversation about Tyrannodon versus Visionary, but I guess Ethan's on the Visionary train. Ben, how do you feel about that these days?
Yeah, there's been some rabble rousers in the Lords of Limited Discord that are trying to put Tyrannodon ahead of Land War Visionary. I've asked that question before. I think that it's wrong.
Yeah.
Just because Land War Visionary is such an intrinsically powerful card, and again, as more people, Tyrannodon's going to get worse as more people know about it, and as more people are trying to draft aggressive decks, and Visionary is going to get better as that happens. And Visionary is just a much better card, and it turns on a lot of premium strategies when you do get it. I just think it's too much power to say that Tyrannodon's a better pick than Visionary. If in decks, certainly you're picking Tyrannodon over Visionary, but like I don't think you can make a case that you're pack one pick one-ing Tyrannodon over Land War Visionary.
Right, and I also think it's important now that we're a few days in, almost a weekend. I think we should emphasize how good Tyrannodon is, because I think a lot of people are gonna look at these two cards together and be like, "How are these cards even close?" Right? But Tyrannodon, like if you've already watched the other colors, like you'll know how highly you were valuing 2-drops, how aggressively slanted the format is, and what Tyrannodon does. It's not just like the defender that blocks with the 2s, although it does do that, but it turns the corner really quickly as well. Like I'm both looking to play this as something that blanks all of my opponents' early things, like all their 2s and some of their 3s, and then it just attacks hastily, quote unquote, at a 4-power creature, sometimes as early as turn 3, right?
Yeah,
it's very easy to wake up. It's a very good card.
Yeah, very, very easy to wake up. Yeah,
very easy to wake up. I love that. Okay, so then I think this is my cursory order of the next few cards in green, and I'm happy to hear you guys talk about what your thoughts are here.
I am much lower on both Trackdown and Dreadmaw.
Yeah, I agree. It's so funny. I'll pop into both your streams each day, and I've seen both people ask both of you, "How do you think of Trackdown?" And in the same day, Ethan's be like, "Yeah, it's quite good," and then Ben's like, "No, it's trash." So I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I think I lean more towards Ben, but I do find myself playing a copy of this card in a lot of my green decks.
I have Cetessan Training ahead of Trackdown.
Yes, for sure.
I Titanic Growth ahead of Trackdown.
Okay, no way is Titanic Growth better than Trackdown. I think you guys are really missing the power of this card.
All right. I'll throw it to you then. So tell us.
For my experience with the card, it often feels like draw 2 for 2 mana because you are bottoming or something irrelevant. It's like it's like something to do on turn 2, which obviously you want to affect the board on turn 2 if you can, but if you can't sometimes, this is fine to set up your future draws, and like bottoming a land and then like whatever, topping creature or land and then something else that you want. That feels very good. Just like ordering your next 3 draws, and then even if you're topping all 3 or whatever, like Ben mentioned missing on this card. I don't quite know how you can do that. Like I've never missed it, and I've cast the card quite a bit so far.
Not missing, but then like if you hit a pot, like if you hit spell land and it's late game, like then you're cantripping into a land. It didn't really accomplish much. I don't know. I think it's an intrinsically good card. I think it doesn't do what you want to do in the context of the format. So I think green wants to beat down or go big, and it doesn't really help you do either. It helps you find your large stuff, but it's so unsynergistic as far as like trying to get a cohesive plan together. Like I think track down would be better if the format were more like normal speed or slower speed, but it's just not. I don't think you can afford if you're picking Drowsing Tranodon where you're picking Drowsing Tranodon, I don't think you can pick track down ahead of Setessan Training.
Okay.
That would be my argument is like Setessan Training goes up so much when Drowsdon is a card, and I think my argument for track down was going to be that like it does all the inherently powerful things, and then in your green blue decks like it makes your Burl Fist Oak or whatever that card is large, and your Lure Scale Quaddles and whatever draw 2 things you have incidentally. But then like Setessan Training just does that better a lot of the time.
I don't agree with that, but I'm not interested in. I'm outnumbered 2-1, so I'm happy to move on. So we can move this wherever you guys want.
I honestly don't mind it in that third tier. I think it's at the bottom of the second tier. I don't mind it in the second tier. I just think it's below the other cards.
And Pride Malkin is just fantastic. It feels like kind of like a 1.5 for 1 because a 2-1 is a relevant body most of the time. And like just curving Pteranodon into Malkin is great. +1/+1 counter synergy is great.
Yes, that is a great point. That it does feel like a 1.5 for 1. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be alone in thinking that Portcullis Vine is good in this format.
No, I think it's fine. Yeah, the nice thing is that you put it in your deck as a defender, and then it does blank some of that of the 2-drops, and then when they go to cast a trick or whatever, if they want to do that, you can sack it, right? So I like Vine there if you are a bigger green deck.
Yeah. Then Dreadmaw.
I'm on Titanic Growth over Dreadmaw.
Yeah, I think maybe Ben and I just haven't tried to play Dreadmaw enough. That might be true. But
I think Dreadmaw's only playable if you get Visionaries. Would be my case.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love Colossal Dreadmaw. Just not.
I kind of want Truffle Snout in there. This is the first time in a long time I've like.
Oh yeah, I think Truffle Snout's good. I think Truffle Snout is good. Centaur Courser is good, but also But the thing again, it's the Pride Malkin thing where a 3-mana 2/2 is fine. 3-mana 2/2 gain 4 life is good.
Yeah,
Because a 2/2 just trades with most things or like a lot of things. I like Truffle Snout there. I am not as high on this card as Ben. As it seems like both of you guys are.
Yeah, I mean the role that it plays is cheaper interaction in green, right? And like green doesn't get good tempo plays generally, and it can just kill your opponent out of nowhere sometimes.
Sure.
So I agree that I like Titanic Growth quite a bit.
Okay. I'm not taking this high. Like I would take. I want to make sure my deck has a Ranger's Guile before I have a Titanic Growth.
I agree with that too. But I think you would play multiple Titanic Growths. I don't really think you want multiple Ranger's Guiles.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so someone give me some where I'm supposed to put cards here.
Here's how I would order green cards. I would go the first pile where we have, and then I would go Hunter's Edge, Malkin, then Truffle Snout, I think, and then
I think I like that.
Truffle Snout and Training are really close for me. And then it would be the 2 combat tricks in Guile and Titanic Growth. Track down below those.
I'm not moving track down, but that's fine.
Okay. And then Gnarled Sage, Portcullis Vine. Probably Dreadmaw ahead of Gnarled Sage and Portcullis Vine.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get kicked back on this, but I like Gnarled Sage more than Dreadmaw personally.
I think I do too, specifically because of Visionary. Like getting to a 3 to 5, I think is very good.
I could be sold on that. And then Dreadmaw last. I would put Portcullis Vine behind.
Poor Dreadmaw. Like, holy crap.
All right. And then these Junkers.
I would put Snare Spinner ahead of Just depends on what kind of deck you end up in, but Snare Spinner, if you end up in a non-aggressive green deck, I think Snare Spinners are good too.
I think Snare Spinner is terrible, but okay.
I'm more on the Snare Spinner is not good train, but I mean yeah, sure it has its place, but not I think it's not great.
So then, honestly, I have probably put these. I mean, I guess Mauler is the best of these, but they're all
Yeah,
pretty.
I think Mahler belongs in that tier above, I believe. I think
In the
it's good
Vine
enough.
category.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just like interchangeable nonsense sideboard
Yes.
cards, and then please never cast this. We feel good about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't wait for my track down take to age poorly, but I'm sticking with my guns right now. All right, so taking a look at green's uncommons, I guess Brontodon
Yeah,
is
Brontodon's
probably
good.
number one. So trying to pull out what else looks, I don't know,
I would
somewhat good. So I think Brontodon is number one.
I think Invigorating Surge is number one.
Okay, talk to me about this.
Sorry, do you like Surge over like I don't know Burl Fist Oak Ben or like I don't know.
He says number one.
Oh, number one.
He
Oh,
just
I
said
didn't hear
number
that.
one.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
I agree. Card is very good. I didn't. I hadn't thought of it as better than like Oak or.
Isn't it only? It's only number one in green white.
It wins a combat and puts 2+1/+1 counters on the creature for 3 mana. If you're planning on being so I think green wants green's like 50-50 to be beat down or mid-rangey. And I think it's insane in the green beatdown decks, and I think you'll still play it in the green mid-rangey decks. Winning a combat and at minimum putting 2+1/+1 counters on your creatures means you have by far the largest thing on the battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been.
I have not cast the card yet.
Yeah, it's good. Like obviously in green white, it's got the synergy stuff going on, and then yeah, I think just it's a stats thing. Like Ben was saying, because creatures are fairly small, it does start to outclass things very quickly. I think I like Brontodon above it, but yeah, I
Close. I could be convinced that Brontodon's won, but
I could see Surge being above it eventually.
And then Scourge is 3. I don't really like this card very much.
I also don't like that card.
Oh yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised with Scourge just because there are enough things that it grows decently fast in the right deck, and I don't think it's that hard to get quote unquote the right deck.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'm obsessed with Warden of the Woods.
I'm on Team Warden also.
This is 6 mana 5/7 hexproof vigilance.
I've never cast the card personally. I haven't, not just yet, but I have been on the opposite side of it, and it's been fine. It's been good as a 6-drop as far as 6-drops go.
Yeah, I think this is like the 6-drop for me.
I feel pretty strongly about Burl Fist Oak being like at least in that second tier there.
I think it's fine. I'm taking Warden over Burlfist every
I
time.
also am.
Oh yeah, okay. I just feel that yes, this dies to Scorching Dragonfire. That sucks as your 4-drop, but I think that it's such a threat. Like it's hard to block 4 mana 4/5 attacking, and then you put Succession Training on it. It gets even better. Makes Titanic Growth into like a real scary card. Like it plays really nicely with all of Green's other commons, I think.
I just think it's such an, I don't know. I think it's a good 4-drop, but it's so, I'm taking Hunter's Edge over this.
I agree,
but are you not taking Hunter's Edge over Warden?
I am not taking Hunter's Edge over Warden.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking Hunter's Edge over both of those cards. I'm taking Hunter's Edge, I think, over all of Green's.
Yeah, I think I would take Brontodon over Hunter's Edge, but that's close to me for me.
Okay.
And honestly, I can see a world in a week where I take Surge over Hunter's Edge as well.
Okay. Alex, where do you want to fight for this? Where do you want us to put this?
Yeah, I don't want to fight too hard for it. I think it's just like it is. I think exactly there is where I would put it in the a new tier.
I
think Quirion Dryad is better than Wildwood Scourge.
Yeah, I forgot about Quirion Dryad. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they belong in the same tier though.
Okay.
And then
Fungo Rebirth, I also think is decent. Not great, but I would put that in the third tier there.
Okay, yeah, I like Fungal Rebirth. I think it goes in a very specific. It's like it's like split. It's like good in. It's not good in green white, and probably not good in green red, and like good in maybe goodish in green blue, and definitely good in green black.
Yeah.
I like Cultivate in this tier. I think Cultivate is good.
I don't.
I just haven't played. I haven't played or seen a deck that I think Cultivate would be good in, but I'm sure I'm biased way away from that kind of deck right now. So
okay.
like, do you like this probably helps me a lot to frame this conversation, but like, what are your green non-aggro decks looking to do?
Ramp and 2-for-1.
2-for-1. Okay, that makes sense. Like the 2-for-1 makes sense to me. Yeah, I just feel like, again, it's like one of those cards where there are like so few of the cards in the set support what Cultivate enables, you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Cultivate is that far from. I recognize Land War Visionary is better. I don't think Cultivate is that far from what Visionary allows you to do in a number of green decks.
Yeah, and I can buy that.
Behind that, if you play a Drowsing Tranodon on turn 2.
Or a Portgal's Vine on turn 1. Like, I don't know. Okay.
Well, honestly, no, I will fully put faith in Ethan's opinion here, because you've played much more green than I have, and I think more than Ben has. I'm not positive, but
I've played I've played blue-green once, and I've played like mid-range black-green a couple times to medium to fine success. I've not played like a real green ramp deck yet.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant to say. Like a green non-aggro deck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with Cultivate wherever you want it.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I don't feel super. I am higher on Cultivate than I think these two cards, just because, like, for me, I think outside of counters, they're not great.
Right.
So,
like, I don't feel strongly about anything past Invigorating Surge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think for similar reasons, I think Fierce Empath, as soon as I have 2 6-drops, I'm happy to play this card. I'm going to guess you guys aren't because you don't like Skyscanner.
Well, it's funny. I actually
a lot different tutoring up a 6.
Yeah.
Yes, they're different.
Yeah, I like this card a decent amount. I think this card is quite good.
This is harder to make work, in my opinion. I think Furious Rise is better than this for the sole reason that a lot of your stuff doesn't come in as a 4.
Yes.
A lot of your stuff can grow to a 4 pretty easily, but that's not what this card cares about.
Yeah, it's like I was looking at the, like, you know, I felt exactly what you just said there. Like, I had that feeling the other day. I was like, man, nothing is 4 power, really. And I looked at the cards and, like exactly what you said. Like, nothing comes in as 4 power. So I just don't think this card... Like, okay, how many cards do you need to be 4 power on their face value to play this card?
I think, like,
7?
5 or 6. Yeah. But you're just not gonna... You're not getting that.
Yeah, you're not getting there, right? It's like... I would not put this as a card in my deck unless I had like 6 minimum.
I had a red-green deck that, like, it was like 3 Drowsing Pteranodons and Setessan Trainings, and I also had a bunch of spells to grow my Spell Gorger Weirds. And then at the end of the draft, I was like, I have 3 creatures that are going to enter the battlefield with 4 power. Yeah. So I just think Uprising is probably just unplayable. Like, right, or so rarely is it you're gonna find a deck where it's actually good.
Right, exactly. Like, maybe you're like, you could argue you're like an Onaki Ogre deck, but then that's just like not that good, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think this is a glue piece for the Shrine deck.
Yeah. I agree. I think it has its place.
And
I think
then
Skyway Sniper is also a premium sideboard card.
premium sideboard for sure.
I think it goes in the Sanctum tier.
Sure. And then Stalker is not good.
Yeah.
And Uprising we talked about. Okay, so then where does Visionary go for you guys?
Ahead of everything.
Ahead of everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.